Knives Out 2 starts filming next week in Greece, confirms star. Yes, guys, it starts next week. Knives Out 2, Leslie Odom Jr. confirms that filming begins next week in Greece for the highly anticipated sequel. And I would say highly anticipated is an understatement. People are floored by this. Whenever anything, little news bits comes out for Knives Out 2, it's just like... It trends high, because if it's a new cast member or whatever's going on, people want to know about it because they like Knives Out. Let's continue on and take a look at the cast so far and how well that's rounding out, because Leslie Odom Jr. is part of this, right? Okay, so there's the IMDb page. As we don't know anything about the plot just yet, but we know that this is a Netflix deal. We know that it's going to be part 2 and 3 on Netflix, and Rian Johnson is going to be directing and writing it. So from what we understand, he's already written 2 and 3. So he's just got to go out and shoot it, and they're starting next week in Greece. So that's what you need to know. The cast, Dave Bautista, Jessa Henwick was just added last week, right? Daniel Craig is coming back, Catherine Hahn. I'm really happy about that. Madeline Klein. Edward Norton, I forgot, was in this. He was like one of the early casting announcements. Kate Hudson, Leslie Odom Jr., who was just quoted about this, and Janelle Monáe. That's really cool. I think there was another dude, too, that was added. Let me know in the comments below, because when somebody gets added, it's just kind of... can kind of fly under the radar. But I feel like Knives Out 2 starting, that's good news, because Knives Out 2 release date is slated for June 17th, 2022 on Netflix. Filming Mad Max Furiosa has Anya Taylor-Joy excited for 2 big reasons. Okay, well, she was just recently on a variety actors on actors series where they talk with another star. I guess she was talking with Josh O'Connor. That's the way it was. Josh O'Connor. I don't know who he is. He was from The Crown. Apparently, I haven't watched The Crown, but I'm more curious about this Furiosa because Mad Max was my favorite movie of that year, and knowing that George Miller wanted to go back and make a Furiosa prequel, I was kind of like, okay, well, how are they going to de-age Charlize Theron? And well, apparently they're not going to do that. They're going to use Anya Taylor-Joy, which is kind of a bummer for some people. It's a mixed bag. I understand that, but Anya Taylor-Joy is one of the best upcoming actresses right now. She's one of my favorites right now, actually, to tell you the truth. I just got the highest hopes for her. But she had a quote in this little interview that we'll take a look at right now. When she was asked about her schedule. So the quote reads, "No, I've got a grace period until August, and then I will be working back-to-back until mid-2023. The thing that makes me most excited about Furiosa is, number one, George Miller." Well, who wouldn't be? "That brain is incredible. I'm also really excited to do something physical. The physicality... To physically become something is something that will weirdly give me a lot of peace." Yeah, that's right, because she's done a lot more drama pieces. So she hasn't really had to do a lot of the action, aside from maybe a little bit in New Mutants. But, I think that this is going to be a fantastic pairing between her and George Miller. She obviously respects him. I mean, who couldn't after Mad Max? What else can we learn about this project from the IMDb? Not much from the plot. We know that the release date is... The release date for Furiosa is June 23rd, 2023. Tentatively. The origin story of renegade warrior Furiosa before she teamed up with Mad Max and Fury Road. What else can we learn from this is that in the article, if you go back and read that article, basically, she tells us that it's going to be over a wider time frame. It's not going to happen all in just one day or two, like the way that Fury Road was. It's going to happen over a couple of time periods. So, okay, that'll be interesting to see, because she'll be younger and then she'll be older under the menace of that bad guy from Fury Road, right? Immortan Joe, we'll see, because she was one of the girls for Immortan Joe, right? We'll have to see how all this plays out, but I'm glad that they're going back to this universe, and Anya Taylor-Joy is Furiosa. We'll have to see how this turns out. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. VHS has a sequel on the way, VHS 4. It's going to be called VHS 94. Anthology sequel is happening as a Shudder original movie, so it's going to be on the streaming service Shudder. The VHS franchise is coming back with a 4th entry, this time exclusively for the horror streaming service Shudder. So they got a couple of quotes here, guys, and we've got actually a list of the directors that we'll take a look at. AMC's horror streaming service Shudder will acquire the rights for VHS 94. Okay, well, that's cool. I like that. It remarks the return of the anthology series since VHS arrival in 2014. And it sees the returning of directors Simon Barrett and Timo Takajanto. I'm sorry, I butchered that name. But they directed installments before in the VHS franchise, so that's cool. The other newcomers to the series who directed segments include Jennifer Reeder, Ryan Prowse, and Chloe Akuno. Okay, so I don't know who they are, but if you've seen any of their works, I get the impression that they've done horror before, so that's good. Guys, I gotta tell you this. They have a bigger quote that we'll take a look at quickly before I give you my thoughts on this franchise, because it's really exciting. I like it. This is from one of the producers. The VHS series has been known for two things: its unbeatable lineup of filmmakers and its edge-of-your-seat, terrifying found footage stories. With VHS 94, the producers have upped their game bigger, wilder, scarier than ever before. We can't wait to unleash this new installment on the Shudder members. So that was Craig Engler. So, guys, say what you will about the franchise. As a premise, I thought it was brilliant. I don't really think about them as movies, because I think them more of like the anthology, right? So when you say, well, I like VHS, but then you'll say which installment of the story did you like about VHS? So as much people didn't really like VHS Viral, there are some stories. I think there was one story in there that I liked, but I got to tell you, the first one that I liked was in VHS, where it was that weird glitchy one where it was like them walking through the woods and there was like glitch. And he thought that was just in the transfer from the VHS tape, but slowly that glitch becomes a monster, and it's just kind of like, wow, that was crazy. And then far out of there. It was like something that you see in a dream, right? That's the way that dreams work. It just flows like that. You see something and your brain just goes wild with it. And that's what I want to see in an installment of VHS. So VHS 4 on Shudder. Guys, it's not got a release date yet, but I think they're aiming for somewhere early 2022 or later. I'll keep you posted as we learn more about it for sure. Picard Season 2 has a trailer out. Now, guys, Picard is by CBS, and CBS is notoriously bad for blocking videos and taking down videos and copyright claiming. So, guys, here's what's going to happen. I am going to try to get away with trying to show you as much as I can. Did I set this up properly? I don't think I did. Yes. Picard Season 2. There's the poster. Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting poster. Okay. Hopefully I set up everything else properly, and if I didn't, too bad. Oh, yeah, there's Jerry Ryan. Okay. Yeah, so it's not working for Q. But anyway, guys, it's probably going to get blocked. So here's what's going to happen. I'll play the video because I've already watched it. That's just the way it is. I can't do a trailer reaction for it because it will get blocked. But I'll play the video here for you. I mean, come on. And to see who shows up in this, Q is obviously going to be in this. It's just a curiosity thing to see where they're going to go with it. And I really hope that they step up their game for Picard Season 2. No word of the release date yet. So once I get that, then we'll talk about it a little bit more. But let's round out today by taking a look at the Twitter scroll to see if there's any more news stories that we possibly missed. Okay, guys, film updates. Let's just take a look around here. Kermit the Frog is going to host a Pride concert. Okay, cool. Kermit, go get it. Tyler Hoechlin on the set of Superman and Lois. Hey, guys, I got something cool in the works for you guys. We're returning to Superman and Lois. Let me just say that. I don't know when yet, but it's in the works. Because I hear good things about the series, and I really love the first 3 episodes. They only aired the first 3 episodes for me here in Canada for free. The rest you had to pay for. So don't worry, something is coming, so that'll be cool. Anya Taylor-Joy spotted in Athens at a Dior fashion show. See how the news works? There she is there. Wow. That's cool. And we just talked about Furiosa. Timothy Chalamet, Oscar Isaac and Josh Brolin in Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And there's Zendaya. Oh yeah, right. This Dune story. They announced that Dune is going to be at the Venice International Film Festival starting September 3rd. They're going to air it there. So early reviews will start coming in then as it builds up towards its December release. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year because I got high hopes for Dune. Zendaya shares first look at season 2 of Euphoria. Let's see if anything quickly jumps out at us, or are we going to wrap it up today? Megan Fox and Till Death in theaters and VOD on July 2nd. I saw this trailer yesterday. It's basically her handcuffed to a corpse, right? Is that what I understand from it? It's kind of cheeky. Go check it out if you want, if you're a Megan Fox fan, which I am, I guess, obviously. Ethan Hawke, Julia Delpy. I hope I'm not missing anything big. We'll give it 10 more seconds. See if anything else jumps out at us. I'm probably just going to miss something. But you know what, guys? That's the way it works. It's a 24-hour news cycle. If I miss something today, we'll get to it tomorrow. You don't need to sit here and watch me scroll through this because, yeah, that's boring. And that's the way that it's been in today in the realm of movie news. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we'll talk about some of the stories. If there's nobody in the actual live stream chat, then we'll continue on. Fernando Santiago Rodriguez Escudero says something in Spanish that I can't read. I apologize, I don't read Spanish. But thank you for joining the live chat. Okay, let's just wrap things up. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News. If you like what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe right there.